Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
You are for real.
Oh, she was real, all right. As real as a pair of handcuffs, a trip to jail, and some very serious criminal charges.
Move right now, in the seat. Let's go.
I knew what was up before I even come.
But you came anyway. What, are you gonna read her a bedtime story? Give her some milk and cookies?
Oh my God.
Hey everyone, Chris Hansen here. I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown. But there's something else you need to know. We have almost 100 new episodes on my streaming crime network, watch TruBlu.com. Use the code YouTube24 for half off your first month, or YouTube Year for $20 off a full year. We'll see you soon on TruBlu.
Genesee County, Michigan has about 500,000 people. But when Sheriff Chris Swanson and his ghost team conduct a sting operation targeting predators, sometimes men come from all over the state.
Appreciate Chris Hansen. I mean, we were just talking off camera and back in the office of the reach that he has.
This is our key law enforcement relationship in all of them we work with around the world.
At the Sting House for the latest investigation, Lieutenant Andy Snyder fills me in on the extremely graphic and disturbing conversation that goes on between a man and someone he thinks is a 15-year-old girl.
What do we know about this fellow, Lieutenant?
We don't know a lot. He reached out to this decoy phone. His first message was very explicit.
What did he say?
He said, "Hi, I want to taste your box and have you suck daddy's cock." That's pretty explicit.
Right.
We don't get messages like that right off the bat that are that nasty.
Taste your box and suck daddy's cock?
Yeah, he's pretty out there, straightforward.
So he's pretty bold right off the beginning. First line.
Right.
Where does he take it from there?
He actually mentioned it again. He said, "Can you be daddy's girl?" He asked how much for the act.
That's his picture?
He sent a picture with him sticking his tongue out. We discussed, oral sex some more. He said he was only interested in oral sex. I told him the decoy, I said the decoy was younger. He asked for a picture. We gave him a price, and he asked how young. And I indicated 15. He said, "You're too young. Send more pics." We continued to discuss the oral sex.
You're too young, send more pics.
Yes. He asked if I had a room. He just texted, he said his name's Wesley. He said, "You're really sexy for your age." So he has a location. It's pretty clear. It's a short chat. Age is indicated. He acknowledges the age. He acknowledges the sexual acts several times, probably 6 times. That's all we have for right now.
And as far as we know, he's on his way.
Yes.
But we don't know how far away he is.
No, he's still continuing to text as we have this conversation.
Right.
So he asked if it was for real. We're going to send him another photo.
Did he want today's date?
No, but we'll do that just to indicate that it's real.
It's real, okay.
We're here. We're waiting for it.
Got it. Perfect. All right, we shall see.
The decoy gets ready to answer the door, and I prepare for Wesley.
How are you?
You are for real.
I mean, why would I lie to you?
Oh my God, it's just taking a chance seeing other girls like that.
Yeah, no worries here. Oh, so if you want, do you want something to drink?
No.
Okay. All right.
I forgot.
So
who's this truck out here?
Hey, Wesley, I'm going to need you to come on over and have a seat right over there. Right now, please.
Huh?
Move right now, in the seat. Let's go.
For a minute, I thought Wesley was going to make a run for it, so I didn't take any chances.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Have a seat.
Oh. I didn't do anything. I just
Yeah.
came over and brought her a pop, but I
You
wasn't
did.
doing nothing.
Okay. You're Wesley, right? Or maybe I should call you Daddy?
No.
Daddy? Daddy is what you referred to yourself as in the chat. How old are you, Wesley?
54.
54. And what do you do for a living, Wesley?
I buy and resell stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
Recyclable stuff from junkyards and things.
Yeah. How does that work out for you as a job?
Not bad.
Not bad.
I don't really, lately I've been working on my truck.
Yeah. Is that what you're up to today, just working on your truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
I
what?
don't even really have any money. I thought, you know, I didn't know what was up.
What was up, yeah. Had you met women before online, girls online?
Not really.
No.
No, I'm shy. I don't do that type of shit most of the time, you know.
Yeah. What made you decide to do it today, Wesley?
I'm not really sure. I just, I guess I was lonely. And shit.
Lonely.
I don't know.
Are you married, Wesley?
Do nothing. No.
Yeah. Not married? Do you have a girlfriend?
A couple friends that are girls.
Couple friends that are girls, right?
Yeah.
How old are they?
One's like 37 and another one's close to 50.
50, yeah. And this girl today, how old was she?
That's why I kept asking her,
Right.
do you want to pop and stuff for her? Because she was 15. I kept saying on there, you're underage and everything.
Yeah, so you knew she was
I
15.
wasn't going to do nothing.
No.
I just had a pop out there for her.
Well, how do you square that, Wesley, with your first line in the text, which was, hi, I want to taste
it
your
was
box
just a
and will you
girl
suck
and
daddy?
there
You
was
said you
no-
wanted to taste her box and you wanted
Right.
her to suck daddy. That's your line. That's your opening line, Wesley.
I was just horny.
Just
And
horny.
That's what they said on there. I never knew her age.
No,
or
that's what you
anything.
said.
I know, but I didn't know her age or nothing.
Yeah.
At that time, I just thought she was one of the escorts. There's a lot of them on there.
Can you be daddy's girl? You ask.
None of it. It's just like a fantasy, but I didn't know until she told me it was
Mm-hmm.
15. I kept telling her, you know, you're underage and everything. I told her that in the text.
But here you are.
But the door was open. I didn't.
Yeah, the door was
know
open.
to say
Did
I
anybody
wasn't
make
gonna
you
do
come in,
that.
Wesley? Did anybody make you come in?
No.
No, you came in. And when you came in, tell me your reaction when you saw this girl.
I didn't really say anything.
Yeah, you did. I heard
What?
you. Don't lie to me, Wesley.
What did
You
I
said,
say?
oh my God, you're real. Relieved
said-
that you had found this girl
I said,
in this home.
Hey, you are real.
You are real.
Wasn't a setup or nothing. That's why I met. I told her I was going out to get the pop or
Yeah.
pop and that.
Right.
Bring it to the door for her.
Yeah. But you came here after you sent a picture of yourself, Wesley, sticking your tongue out. What did you want to convey with that picture?
That is just my pictures on there.
Yeah, just your picture with your tongue hanging out.
Just stuck out.
Yeah, just stuck out. You talked about a price for oral sex, Wesley. How much were you going to pay for oral sex today?
I don't know. She was saying 40,
40.
30 and all that.
Did you bring money?
In the truck.
Yeah, you brought money in the truck.
But it's in the visor.
Yeah, okay.
Ain't with me.
And then you say, Wesley, you're really sexy for your age.
I wasn't intending nothing. I didn't even know what was going on.
You didn't even know what was going on.
I just brought
So what about all this sex talk? You made it pretty. Your
Like I
opening
said,
line was, I want to
I'm
taste
just
your
horny.
box and I want you to suck daddy.
I was just horny.
You're just horny. So if you're just horny, then how can you possibly tell me you didn't mean anything? It sounds like you found this girl who told you she was 15 and you came over here to have sex with her, which is illegal. Wesley, tell me. Look at me. Am I wrong?
No,
No.
you're right.
I'm right. So what should happen to you, Wesley?
I don't know. I'll tell you right now, I knew what was up before I even come. 'Cause
You
I
knew what
said
was
in
up.
there, you're underage.
Right.
But
you came anyway. What does that mean? What does that say about you, Wesley, that you knew something was up and you
I
came?
ain't that bad of a person.
You ain't that
I'm
bad of a
sorry,
person.
but, I mean, what do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me the
Nothing
truth as to why you
can.
thought it was okay to come over here to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. Explain that to me. I'd really like to know.
Really gone.
I know, but that contradicts what you said in the chat.
Before.
You never did it before.
None of this shit.
So you're working on your truck and you said, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go have sex with a 15-year-old girl today."
I don't know. I wasn't really.
Well, you sure looked excited when you walked in here, Wesley.
Why did I say I was
Daddy
going to go
this,
back
daddy
out to
that?
the truck?
Well, because you're going to get some money
No.
and her pop.
Just the pop I got.
That doesn't get you off the hook, sir. Do you have kids of your
What do
own,
you want me
Wesley?
to do?
Would you have kids of your own?
A 29-year-old that's grown up. with
That's
a
grown up.
grandkid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have grandkids.
She's married, only got one.
Yeah. How old's the grandchild?
5.
5. All right. So let's just say you had a grandchild who is 15 and a fellow your age came over here after a sex talk like this. Would you be okay with that?
No.
No, you wouldn't. So why is it okay for you to do it, Wesley?
I really didn't do nothing but come over here, sir. I'm telling you the truth.
What do you think would have happened, Wesley, had I not been here and had a 15-year-old girl been here? You looked awfully excited when you saw the decoy girl.
I wouldn't have did anything.
You wouldn't have did
I'm a
anything.
Person, I'd have definitely, found out what was happening.
Yeah, and what was happening was you came over here looking for oral sex from a teenage girl. That's what was happening, Wesley.
No, I have never, ever went after an underage girl.
Then why did you start today? You acknowledge you
come
acknowledge
over here.
she's 15.
I
You
just
talked
come-
about sex.
No, I told her, you're underage.
Suck daddy's cock.
That was before I found out she was even 15.
Then why did you come over here, Wesley?
Not for any particular reason, really.
Okay.
I swear to God. Man.
You talk all about oral sex in graphic terms. You're too young. Send me pictures. More pictures. She sent you pictures. Did you think in the back of your mind, Wesley, that this might have been a setup?
Yeah.
That it might have been a
Right
law
from the
enforcement
start,
sting operation?
That's why I said what I did. You're underage and everything.
Yeah, but you still came over, Wesley. Explain that to me.
Not to do it.
What, are you going to read her a bedtime story? You going to give her some milk and cookies?
The door, everything would have stayed open.
Yeah. Yeah, until you got ready to have sex, and then you would have closed it.
Oh my God.
What do you think should
I
happen
knew
to you?
something was up when I came over anyways,
Yeah. Well, what does that say?
but I'm awful sorry.
You're awful sorry.
Never happened before, and I have a clean record and everything. I ain't a pedophile,
You're not a pedophile.
but I got set up, and it makes me look like it.
Makes you look like a
It's
predator,
never
doesn't it?
happened it before.
Yeah. How can you guarantee to me that it
Yeah.
never happened before?
It never did.
It never did. So today was the first
I
time.
never had an underage girl ever.
Right. So why start
I
today?
never started anything.
Well, you're
I
here, Wesley. You see how this
just
looks.
come over here.
Do you see how this looks?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me the truth.
I wasn't really doing anything. I
Okay.
swear to God. I just was coming over here. I stopped and got the pop. I
What kind of
told
pop
her,
did
but
you
I
get?
don't even
What kind
know.
of pop did you get her?
The one that she wanted.
The one that she
Fago.
wanted, Fago. Doesn't that show intent?
No, I swear to God, man. I can't believe I even knew that it was. Man, I can't believe I don't even know why I come.
Right. I think I know why you came.
But not for that.
Yeah.
Not after I
Well,
thought about
you sure
all
talked
that
about it.
shit.
You could have stayed home. You could have said, no, this is wrong. You're 15. You could have called the police. You could have called 911. You could have done a lot of things. But instead, you brought her a pop and came over after a sexually charged conversation with somebody who told you she was
know
15.
that I was even, maybe I was going to call the cops. I was going back to my
You
truck
didn't?
and told her, I said,
No,
I'm
you're
going
talking.
back
You're
to
double
my-
talking me. You're double talking me, Wesley.
I didn't have no intention for nothing.
Wesley, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen, and we do stories on men who try to meet
Okay.
teenagers online for sex. The show's called Takedown with Chris Hansen. It's on my network, TruBlu. And now you're on that show. Is there anything? You're not a pedophile.
I never really was with her.
Yeah.
I've never been with any of them.
Is there anything else you want people to know about your situation, Wesley?
Not really.
Not really.
I didn't really intend for this to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
I wasn't really. You can see in the text that I already.
I saw the text. Your opening line was, "Hi, I want to taste
That
your
was
box and
before.
have you suck daddy." What did you mean when you said suck daddy? What did that
I didn't know her
mean?
age, and she said she had a hot box on. I was just looking in that escort place.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to the escort place before?
Not really.
Okay, so not really. Is that a yes or no?
No, just looking through it. I've
Just
never
looking
even
through it.
seen a girl from there.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, Wesley, there's some folks here who want to chat with you, and they're going to ask you some questions, and you're going to have to deal with them now because this is a criminal matter.
For me, sir.
all right.
Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
Put your hand behind your back, brother.
Wesley was charged with child sexually abusive activity, accosting and soliciting a minor, and using a computer to commit a crime. We'll keep you posted on the case against him.
What you couldn't sense from that interview with Wesley was the smell. He absolutely reeked of marijuana. Now the whole home smells of it. So, you know, he tries to make it sound like he's never done this before, but it's clear from the chat that he knew exactly what he was getting into.
We can't show you everything that goes on behind the scenes, but just moments after this particular sting ended, Sheriff Swanson and I took to social media to acknowledge the dedicated and often dangerous work of the Ghost team and talk about Swanson's mission to protect his county's children.
I always want to give great honor and credit to our chatters and our decoys because they do put themselves out
They
there.
do, and it's obviously not just the risk, because I think that's mitigated by your team's incredible efforts and the way these things are organized and staged. But, you know, for somebody who's, you know, a young woman of age, obviously, but even a professional law enforcement person, to do this and to create this persona and put themselves out there emotionally, it's a skill, number one,
That's
but
right.
also it can take its toll.
When men attempt to turn fantasy into reality, it's a frightening scenario, one that Sheriff Swanson and Ghost are determined to expose in order to fight crimes against children.
He had a very graphic conversation with someone he thought was 15 years old. The first comment in the chat was something to the effect of, "I want to taste you and I want you to do this to me." And he refers to himself as daddy.
Yeah.
He walks in, sees the decoy, and says something to the effect of, "Oh my God, you're real."
Real. It matched the fantasy with reality. And when those things connect, there's nothing else on his mind except for that. And that's what he did. That's a very common relationship to sexual fantasies, is people love, I talked about the authority, and you've seen it before, the dominance, that father, daughter, father, you know, son type dominance, that's part of the whole fantasy. That's why they immediately go into the role. What you saw was a guy that was different than when he walked in that door. He clicked into that, and he saw that victim, that 15-year-old, as, we're gonna role play, and I'm gonna be the superior, and you're gonna be the subordinate, and we're gonna have this to fulfill my fantasy. Remember, these victims are all property to them. They're assets. They don't even see them as human beings.
If you saw any one of these guys in a shopping mall, you probably wouldn't be alarmed. Yet each of them poses a danger to our children.
Right.
You never know what lies beneath.
And that's why it's so important to be aware. You know, being proactive on any emergency or any assault is really the best way to deal with it. You know, the best medicine is not get sick. Because to your point, you've seen it for over 2 decades. I've been in law enforcement over 3 decades, and the profile doesn't change. But what do we have to do? We have to be vigilant and aware. It's up to us.
Watch TruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen, true crime documentaries, and exclusive investigations.